Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. How y'all doing today? This is Antonio with another episode of Thus said the Lord unto me. So such as I have, give I unto thee. Yeah, it's such as I have. It's such as I have. This is the day the Lord had made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. It's evening here. And I'm about to call it a night. You know, I enjoyed my rest recovery, to start up that trek up the mountain again, as we do. Those who've been rocking with me know that's what it is. It is consistency. It's hard, y'all. It is. But for a person that have experienced this thing for a little while, I'm here to encourage you that God is faithful, that He started the work and He's able to perform it. And I know that some of us have experienced glory and His glory on us, or we've experienced that His glory on us is His presence upon us. And it's in His presence there is the fullness of joy. It's in His presence that we feel that peace, that satisfaction, and we get to a place where sometimes we just don't want to come back down. I mentioned that in the video. I don't know if I mentioned that. I think that was the second part of the video that did make it to the light of day. But it's not to brag or to boast. It is in that consistency to keep going, to keep pressing toward the mark. Obedience is better than sacrifice. Obedience is how we show our love to our Father. And I don't like to, I realize that the way I come across may sound as if He's cruel, or if He's, a hard taskmaster or something like that. That's not what I'm trying to portray or try to express. This isn't for the babies. In the beginning of your walk, it's beautiful. Everything is beautiful. You can see Him so clearly, and you hear Him so concisely, and it's like, just like Eden, you get saved and everything. You want to change your life around immediately, and that's the beauty of that, and there's the zeal of it. And then life starts lifing. And at that point, you're fighting to hold on to His promises, the words that He gave you, those things that He said, write the vision, make it plain, that they that run may read it. Though the vision tarry, wait for it. It will surely come, it will not tarry. I know I don't know if I misquoted it, but I know I paraphrased it, and y'all know what I'm talking about. We do that with a level of zeal. But then the gray comes, and we hang in there. Okay. And we learn scriptures, war scriptures. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy coming in the morning. Those scriptures, though He slay me, yet shall I trust Him. Those war scriptures to keep you in the battle, knowing that you don't know what the day is going to bring. But He's faithful. He is faithful who has promised. So I know that we just got out of consecration. I don't know where you're at in your walk. I don't know if anyone's feeling the feelings that I feel. And I'm sure I'm not. I'm pretty sure they're not mine. But I'm here to encourage you. Don't lose your oil. Stay oily. Um, keep trusting. Keep believing. He will never leave you nor forsake you. In him is fullness of life. If he said he'd do it, has he not said it? Shall he not do it? Okay. I was pressed to come on here to put in this little PSA because I know that there's some things going on. Sometimes there's this little extra activity in the spirit. And it's not really funny, but I laugh at it to a certain extent. Because I laugh at my enemy. My enemy. That will come against the armies of the living God. You choose that side, you lose with that side. It's just like that. You know, sometimes we realize that, well, we don't realize. I realize that a lot of the things that I've experienced has been fighting for things that have been done in my generation that didn't have anything to do with me. It gets harder when you're not fighting your own battle, but you're fighting because there's someone else that didn't fight that devil that they should have fought in previous years. And now that's your devil. And that's who you got to conquer, and you need to cut his head off. You have to cut his head off. You have to put your foot on his neck. So, a lot of the battles that we experience is because of generational curses. Things from our parents' parents' parents. Some of those things could have been done because they was dibbling and dabbling and hoodoos and extra stuff. So, rather than curse our children, let us be obedient to the God of our fathers, who is Jehovah, who is Elohim, who is Jesus. Okay, make sure we understand who we're talking about. Okay, I'm one of them ones. Hey, Paper Bible Save. I don't play that. I'm one of them ones, so I'll let you know. No, what's his name again? Oh, you saying a lot of God. God who? God who? You mean the one that's on the dollar bill that's saying God we trust? No, I don't see Jesus on that. I don't know who that is. I think that might be Baal. This might be Baal over there, because this is Babylon. So, as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, I didn't mean to go on a tangent, but I just came on here to encourage somebody. Don't give up. Even if you were one of the ones that was fasting, you was in the fight, you felt the spiritual high, and then you came back to a reality that doesn't look anything like what you saw in the spirit. So, may I encourage you, keep the faith. Don't lose your oil. Hold on to your oil. You don't know how long it's going to be before he shows up. You don't know how long it's going to be before the bridegroom comes in and he tells you it's time to go. It's time to go into the wedding ceremony. It's time to go in to the lock-in. Okay? Don't be the foolish five. All right? And let's not get it twisted. I'm not just ministering to you. I'm ministering to myself. See, in order to be touched with the feelings of our infirmities, you got to feel it. So he had to actually endure it. And in order for us to suffer with him, that we may reign with him, we got to feel him too. We got to feel the stuff that don't even belong to us. Stuff that's, I was on a spiritual high And I don't, you know what, I shouldn't even say it that way, because I know there's actual spiritual people who be doing the extra stuff and they can't understand this over here. So I was trying to think of some of the old phrases that they used to use back in the day. I can't think of none right off the top of my head. It's late. It's late for me anyway. Um, but yeah, that's really it, y'all. I just want to stop here and say that. Oh yeah, I know that there's I don't know. I'm hearing all types of different stuff. You know, I stopped following so many people, so I have slimmed a lot of my stuff down. Cause it just, I don't know. I don't want to hear all the confusion and stuff. But I'm thinking that there's somebody that might be saying something about Daddy's baby again. So, if you hear me and watching me and decide, what I'm saying is not in alignment with Scripture, which clearly, please check the Word. Check the Word. I don't get nothing out of this. I don't have the likes and stuff. I don't have none of that stuff going on over here. So, yeah, good luck with that. Okay? Ain't no need in going into judgment for what? This is something else I would like to say. It's been reiterated. I've heard it, and I just heard somebody just recently mentioning it. And then if I say it, then they're gonna think that I'm talking about. And then see how it just the cycle goes and goes. So I'm gonna just say, mind the business that pays you. Okay. If it's not uplifting your spirit, don't look at it. Move around. Okay. But it's better to do that than to judge another man's servant. Because at that point, now you've caused you. What you do is every time I'll do that, you pray for. It's like praying for patience, okay? And most of us know that's one of the dumbest things you can ever ask for. And the reason why is because you're asking for trials to come. You're asking, please try me, please give me some warfare, so that I can prove that I'm patient, okay? So when it comes down to judgment, it's the same thing. You're judging somebody else to say, well, please let me endure what they went through, because obviously I don't believe that you would have called a person like this. Or you see how that works? That's why I said I ain't over here for that. not over here. Take that down that street on YouTube Street, gone down there. We don't do that over here. Rebuke and love, of course. Because you can't be out here just acting the fool and don't think ain't nobody gonna say nothing. I mean, it's not a judgment. The Word clearly says this is what it is, So if that's what it is, then you found guilty, then you gotta take that L. And hopefully it's a lesson. It ain't a loss, it's a lesson. And, take several seats and learn. That's all. It ain't personal. Especially if they rebuke you in love, because we all fall short of the glory of God, which I said in the last video. So I don't know why I'm saying this, reiterating this, but I'm saying this mainly because I'm thinking that there's something, I sense something, and I don't know what that is. So I don't know if there's somebody doing that whole slander thing again. But if it is, I love you with the love of Christ. I don't, I guess we're not new to this over here now. That's just what it's gonna be. We in the season. That's the season. The season is sheep and goat. Yeah, it is. Another tactic of the enemy. This is another one. This is a very, very important one. I need you to understand. Listen to me clearly. He will use offense. He will use offense. Offense. Yeah, these tactics is old as old as he is. pretty old. But he uses offense. So when a person is offended, he takes over the circumstance. That's why what you saw with Judas, that was the enemy taking over the circumstance. That's why Jesus didn't even refer to Judas. He said, go do what you must quickly, because Satan entered in. Okay. Look at it again. Look at it. Yep, it is studied to show ourselves approved unto God. But I think that my message yesterday, I hope it was for whom it was for. I listened to it again. I realized, you gotta come back down. You're a little bit too high there. So I hope that I hope it was understandable. That's all. Not to. I'm sorry. I hear some of the people, and I just be like, man, it's like feel like you walking on a minefield. Like, well, dang, I said that. Oops, oh, that over there, and you like, dodging the minefield. But no, I'm just gonna be myself, because at the end of the day, what difference will it make? It doesn't. So, but yeah, like I was saying, don't allow offense to overtake you. Remember, he's a roaring lion, seeking whom he may. Go ahead and say the word, devour. Go ahead and say the revelation of the word, consume. He's looking to see whom he can make consume. And at the end, all you're going to do is apologize. You're going to be like, I'm sorry, I messed up, I didn't see, I didn't understand, I didn't know. But how much damage did he do in your name, with your voice? So this is why we have to be mindful of that. It is important to try the Spirit by the Spirit. It is important to go before the throne room, especially if you're going to speak on a matter. Just ask the Lord. I've had to deal with certain people that I love. I do. I love. And their perception of me was off. So I had to have a little bit more patience in how to deal with that individual, or those individuals. And that's why I get into talking about your Saul. Eventually turn into a Paul. Eventually they'll see you clearly. But until then, you have to keep praying for them. But those that are fighters ain't trying to take no L's. Nah, you can't come for me and think that it's Gucci. It's not. I mean, think that it's okay. It's not. Because that other side of you jump out. And then now I hear you apologize, but that's the other side of you, because that's working out of your flesh. And anything that's the flesh, anything that's done in the flesh is really beyond being in enmity with God. It's death. It will cause death, because the flesh is dying. It is the fig leaves. So, sorry. And of course that's the thing about these hotels. And I know y'all saw me in that one video. I was probably looking real. I saw myself. I was ready to snap on somebody. Some of these hotels, they have like that much crack under the door, and I'm like, I don't want to hear everybody's, march through the hallways, have whole conversations and stuff. That's not complaining, but when you're doing a video, it's kind of like, let me focus. Let me focus. Yeah, because I don't think the raw meat, a lot of people can really handle, except those that are family, you know. I think that's it. That's all. I don't think there's anything else in my spirit other than because I lost my train of thought thinking about that. Yeah. Well, that's it. To my brothers and sisters, I am praying for y'all. Of course, I say I'm on the wall. That means I'm praying for people. I'm praying for those that are, are part of the YouTube family, those that I know. I might say your name. I hear y'all. And those that know, I'm praying for you as well. All of you. Even the ones that ain't even on here no more. I'm praying for you too. I will shout you out, but there are enemies amongst us. Okay? So, just, yeah. Some people you just kind of like, man, you missed the camaraderie, but, you understand. Change is inevitable. But anyway, I'm just rambling, y'all. I'm really not talking about nothing. That was really all that was in my spirit is stay oily. Conserve your oil. Be about your Father's business and nobody else's. If it ain't your business, mind the business to pay you. Because, everything else is, it's a lot of it's internet drama that's meant to boost, following, let me see what this person gonna say back and vice versa, and so those things are gonna have its place. The Lord has got to deal with He's gonna deal with each and every one of us, but you gotta realize, I realize this is social media, so a lot of people don't have to be real. They can be whatever character they want to be, so there are some of us who have to be genuine because that's just who we are, and with that perspective, now you have to have patience for people because they looking at you be authentic when this person over here is an internet personality. You see? So I've been following that person over there as an internet personality. I know that they say all these things and they live a completely different lifestyle, but isn't that what it's supposed to be? Isn't it supposed to be a character? Aren't you supposed to be just playing almost like a character? Because surely nobody's actually being authentic. You see? And then here come us. And I'm going to do the quotations. Christians, who claim that you can't fake oil. You can't fake oil. You gotta suffer for that. It's just like gold. You can't get gold. Gold don't. You gotta mine it. You gotta get dirty. You gotta get down there and dig it out, and you're gonna be filthy. Or you can do like the old miners do, or the old, what are they, prospectors used to do, where they get the pan and they sift through the sand out of the riverbank. You'll be doing that for hours, just for little pieces of crumbs of gold. So those things that are rare, they're rare for a reason. But after you have suffered a while, He will establish you and make you perfect. So, I hope I didn't come off as arrogant again, because I know that that's seen to get hit with the arrogant slap a lot, but it's not arrogant, y'all. It's just knowing who your Father is. Remembering his ways. When the devil try to tell you, see, you did all that, and what you got, what you looking at? I'm looking at my promise. And my promise is a word. And that word will not come back to him void. But it must accomplish that where he purposed it. You got to talk back to him. Whether it be him or whether it be you. You got to talk back. Cast down every imagination, every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God. The knowledge of God, the knowing of God. Not only the knowing through the intimacy that you have with him, but it's in knowing the word that he gave you. Anything that comes against that word, we cast it down. It's bound. You bind it. Whatsoever you shall bind on earth shall be bound in heaven. Y'all know what's up. You know, we out here. Let us be about our Father's business. I salute you. I love y'all with the love of Christ. My sisters across the pond, I ain't shouting y'all out in a minute. I love y'all. I hear you. To those that are about your Father's business, I appreciate you. Thank you. Those that are praying for me, thank you. Please pray them authentic prayers, which are, His will be done in my life, please. And thank you. And till next time, I love y'all. Oh, yeah, y'all know how it is. Love your neighbors. Bless them that curse you. Do good to them that hate you. And pray for them that despitefully use you and persecute you, that ye may be the children of your Father which is in heaven. For it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day for a neighbor. Yep, just like that. Love y'all. I'm out.